tribe of these wooden warriors.
Elijah was a wooden Indian standing by the door. He fell in love with an Indian maid over in the antique store. Elijah.
Indians were really in their heyday from 1860 to about 1910. Come about 1910, you had what they call the sidewalk obstruction laws. You were able to sue the shop owner if somebody tripped over your Indian at night. That killed them.
For Mark Goldman and Laura Leibowitz, a home is not just a home, it's a museum.
All the Indian was a thing to tell somebody that inside this shop they sell cigars.
Carousel horses, and over the years I think we started buying more faster. So we've ended up with a warehouse full of things.
You never think about where you're going to put it when you find it. You find it and get it, and then you worry about what to do with it. You can always move things around. Around 1860, 70, 80, the shipbuilding industry was in a decline. A lot of those people went right over to carving trade figures with the same type of work and same type of materials. It was real easy for them, you know, to make the jump. A lot of them were done in white pine. A lot of them were done from old ship spars. They had a little hole in the head about the size of a quarter. They would pour linseed oil to keep them moist so they wouldn't crack.
It's very hard to determine who sculpted all these figures, but this one is believed to be the work of a very famous Canadian carver, Louis Jobin.
She has a sweet face. A lot of the Indians, especially the men, tend to be very dour looking, very, you know, fierce and ferocious looking. He's a little bit more frightening than some of the others you've seen, dating back to about the turn of the century, holding the knife, the axe. Unfortunately, he's had extensive restoration over the years. That does detract from the value, but this is the type that they would roll out every morning in front of the store. You know, today you would have to chain it up.
Laura has grown to like Mark's Indians, but it wasn't always that way.
The one looking over the bed now is a lady as opposed to brave or something fierce looking. And when you first walk around the house in the middle of the night, it could be a little intimidating when you see shadows of Indians and you're not really used to it. By this point, you can walk in the house and I don't think I see them at all. I've lived with them so long.
Eventually, more than Indians were used to announce the presence of a tobacco shop. This Scottish Highlander would be seen outside of European shops where snuff was a more popular item. Mark owns 4 tobacco wholesale and retail shops now. He's also beating the drum for wooden Indians. It seems they are once again in high demand.
People buy them, you know, for gifts for smokers. I sell them to other smoke shops that want to have an authentic accent to them. A lot of people buy them for restaurants, for bars, for their living rooms, for decorative items.
Mark doesn't know what he'll be collecting next time, but it's a pretty good bet it won't be something small. That's going to do it for this edition of New York View. As always, we thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you'll join us again next time. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm Roz Abrams.